Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to a heretofore unplanned video from the mess hall here at Dr. Jet Laboratories. My brother from another mother, and if you watch my channel, I'm sure you're aware of his channel, a fellow named Big B. Well, Big B just happened to receive a Drifter S hull, and it has an interesting modification on it. And I have an idea why that hull was modified in that way. So we're going to take a look here at my Micro Drifter for one moment, and we're going to see it has steps in the hull, whereas the one that Big B has these steps filled in. Now, what does that do, and why may it have been done that way? Well, if you look at these steps, I hope this is in the picture, if the hull is riding on the water, you see that each trailing edge touches the water. So you have contact here, contact here, contact here. But that contact surface is at a slight angle, bringing the nose up relative, or the bow, bringing the bow up relative to the surface of the water. Let's put this down in a place where we can look at, if they're flat across the top, you see what happens here? That hull actually has a little bit deeper sponge in here. That's going to lower the bow of the boat in ride attitude. My guess is, without the steps, and at this small scale we're running at, I really don't know how much improvement a stepped hull has, but it does change the angle of the hull relative to the water. So my thoughts, now I'm just pulling these thoughts out of an orifice right behind me, but my thoughts on that are that at speed, that's going to tend to keep the bow down a little bit and prevent blowovers. Now, that hull was also designed or built really light. And so my guess is this thing has a purpose, and the purpose may be, just being able to go around corners right and left really well and such. Or it might have been built to get high speeds out of lower cell counts, and so I'm going to advise Big B to run that thing on 4S. I think that's a 4S boat because it's so light. Anything more than 4S, and it might become an aircraft rather than a boat. And of course, you can always add more batteries. The Big B knows all about that. So that's my thought. I don't know 100%, but I'm thinking that hull might just go like stink if you keep it light and keep the weight down low. Like I did in this one. Keep the motors down as low as you can. Keep all the mass as close as you can to the balance point. So when you're laying out stuff with your batteries and your motors and your speed controls, try to get it as close to the CG point as you can. Lastly, I'm sure Big B is going to ask what I'd like to see in there for reasons I won't go into. But I think that Hobbywing Sea King 120 Pro would be the perfect speed control for a couple of 2960s. It's rated at 120 amps. Those motors shouldn't draw more than 60 or 70 amps. So you'd be way below their rating. They're small, they're lightweight, they don't take up a whole lot of real estate. They're easy to program, and I like the way they run. I've never had issues with those, and so they're on my recommended list. So that's just a quick little update. Big B, no rush. I know you have some other things in the work, but I'd like to see you go to ironclad lengths to make it a featherweight. You might say it's titanium clad? Anyway, until next time, jet out.